people you associate yourself with. So if you feel that this person I'm associating with is not reflecting the kind of woman or the kind of person I intend to be in the future, it's okay to cut them off. Dear creatives, how you doing? Hope you're doing great and you're doing fine. And today's series, I'm going to be sharing with you 7 things that I did that helped my self-development and mindset shift journey. Now, these things may differ to different people and it may also mean different things to different people. But I just want to tell you that if you're looking towards achieving that mindset shift, that's like growth development personally, I want you to just stick me to the end, as I'm not going to be telling you what you've probably heard from different people. So I feel a lot of people are sticking more to their things you should do, but they're not really telling you tools you're supposed to use to achieve that growth mindset. So before you get to that point, there are some certain things that I feel you should inculcate into your life personally for you to be able to reflect that mindset or that mind shift growth that you want to attain. If you're meeting me for the first time, you can call me Marvel, and I share growth development, personal and mindset development, and a little bit of lifestyle. So the first thing that I want you to know before you get into that lifestyle journey, is for you to be honest with yourself. Like, when I mean honest with yourself, don't just compare. Don't look at what people are doing to be able to don't look at what people are doing before you inculcate that mindset into your own life. Like, be true to yourself. Like, ask yourself, where am I at this point? Like, what am I doing at this point? Like, who am I at this point? So define yourself. Be truthful to yourself. Sit down and tell yourself the truth. Okay, this is me. This is who I am at this point. And that is one of the things that helped me in my mindset journey. I looked at myself and I'm like, okay, where am I? This is the points where I am at life at this point. And this is the points where I intend to be. So where you are at this point is how you're going to take note of your process to where you want to be in the future. So for instance, I'm at this point and at level A at this point. I've not gotten to level D yet. So at this level A, like, how can I maintain that standard to get to where I want to get to? So be truthful to yourself, be honest with yourself. The truth is, if you're not honest with yourself, you are not going to get to that point you want to get to. You're not going to have that mindset and that mindset growth. Okay, so if you keep comparing yourself, okay, that's a creator is doing this at this point, I think that is where I should start. Or no, you have to be honest with yourself and start with what you already have. Like, this is where I am and this is where I'm at this point. Okay, let's start from here. Okay, so that's the first thing. First thing you have to do is honesty. Be truthful to yourself. Tell yourself the truth. Okay, tell yourself what you are at that point, and that is how you're going to start. So that's one of the basic things. Like, you have to just be honest with yourself, and I tell you, it's going to go a long way. Now, the second part, like, change your environment. When I mean change your environment, like, it could be the kind of people, okay? It can be the kind of books you read. It can be the kind of movies you watch. It could be the kind of messages you listen to, or it could be the kind of places you go. So in terms of environment shifts, I'm talking about like how you want your space to be. So for instance, it might not necessarily mean that you're leaving your home country or you're leaving the place you are staying at that point. That is not what I'm trying to do, because a lot of people, especially me, when I started, I wasn't financially stable to be able to change my environment. So what I did is I cleaned up my space. Okay, I decluttered most of the clothes I wasn't making use of, my shoes. I just cleaned my whole environment, because the truth is, you don't need to be financially buoyant to clean your environment. Yeah, so you clean your environment, like change your space, clean your space, tidy your space, because it's going to really reflect who you intend to be in the future. Yeah. So it's very, very key that you change your environment. So your environment can actually also be people you associate yourself with. So if you feel that this person I'm associating with is not reflecting the kind of woman or the kind of person I intend to be in the future, it's okay to cut them off. It's okay to change them. It's okay to move yourself away, to separate yourself. It's very work on your mindset. So work on your mental wellness, work on your mindset shift. So for you to be able to do this, you have to really watch the kind of things you listen to. Okay, you have to watch the kind of messages you listen to. You have to probably read more and just get to learn a lot of things. And if possible, you can actually speak to a therapist. Yeah. So for me, I didn't really speak to a therapist. What I did is I cut a lot of things. So the kind of movies I watch, the kind of messages I listen to, and the kind of books. I'm going to be sharing with you some of the books I read in probably in another video, but it's very key. Like, it's going to just help you develop your mental reasoning. It's going to give you a very good perspective of having a clear mind of where you intend to be. So listen to people that motivate you. So you might not necessarily listen to them to want to be exactly where they are, because those people you're listening to actually started from somewhere. Okay, so that's another mindset you have to have. They started from somewhere, so you just have to just listen and inculcate the part that already helps you at that point. So that's where that number one comes in, when you are truthful to yourself, so that by the time you start listening to those kind of message to improve your mental health, you're not telling yourself lies, but you are imputing it in reflection of the truth you set. Okay. 4, which is start small. So for me, I started small. So if you've watched most of my videos, I think there was a video where I told you that I'm starting small and I'm starting where I am. Okay. Now, you are going to be able to do this only if you do that number one that I told you, which is telling yourself the truth. So you starting small is starting where you are. Okay. Starting at your own pace and going small. It's okay to have baby steps. Okay. It's okay to start with the little you have, but the most important thing is that you stay consistent. So I'm starting where I am. For instance, I've decided that this year I want to be present in my social media page, especially my YouTube and also my Instagram. Okay. And what I tend to do is, as I'm a busy mom, a 9 to 5er, and someone that is building a brand. So what I do is I schedule. So anytime, most times during break at work, I create my content and I schedule it. Okay. It has actually helped me to stay consistent, and I started small. That means I started where I am. Okay. I'm using the tools I have. I might not have those gadgets to start whatever it is I intend to begin with, but I am starting regardless. That's the most important thing. Just start small and stay consistent. And I tell you, it's going to go a long way, because you are starting small and you're starting where you are. You are being truthful to yourself and you are staying consistent, and it's really going to help you in your personal development and mindset shift, because that is what has really helped me. Number 5, no, you have to define your goals. So for instance, I want to have a mindset shift. Yeah. What is the reason? Why do I want a mindset shift? Why do I want to develop myself? Why do I want to change this job? Why do I want to change my wardrobe? Why do I want to travel to this country? Why do I want to go on this vacation? So you have to set a clear goal for yourself. What does development personally mean to me? What does mindset shift mean to me? Okay. So the thing is, you cannot live a lie and expect growth. Like I said, that is where the number one comes in. You have to be truthful to yourself to be able to carry out all these phases, because these are phases you need to sit down and you need to define. So you have to define your clear goals. The reason why I'm doing this, because that is the only reason why and the only way you can be consistent, because you keep reminding yourself, okay, this is why I'm doing this. This is the reason why I want to develop myself mentally this year. This is the reason why I want to grow personally this year. This is why I want to change that job. This is why I want to start that business, because that is the only way you can be consistent. Yeah. So you have to define your goals. You have to define the reason and the purpose for doing, for developing yourself. You just have to define it. If possible, have a diary like I do, and I write it down. Like I literally write down everything like I want to do. I write it down. So I just go back to my drawing board. It helps you to come back to it. Okay, this is where it all started. This is what I have done, and this is what I'm here to do, and this is what I should do this week. It really, really helps. So now moving on to our number 6, which is learn something new every day. So you cannot have a mindset shift. You cannot develop yourself if you do not learn. Okay, you have to learn, unlearn, and relearn. That means, for instance, there is something I intend to achieve. Maybe it's that book. I want to read this book this week, or I want to read this book this month. Okay, so you learn something, and every time you learn a thing or two, I will implore you to write it down, to just jot it down, because most times we are humans, yeah, and we forget things. So write it down. Anytime I learn something, I write it down. So I charge myself that this week I should learn something. It might be from a book, it might be from a movie, it might be from your mentor or someone you look up to. Learn something and actually inculcate that thing into maybe 1 or 2 of your routine, and it should be consistent. So every week try to learn something new, something motivating, something. It could be a skill that you are working on. So for that skill, for instance, I want to learn editing. I want to learn how to edit videos. Okay, this week I'm going to learn something about editing videos. Or I want to learn how to make hair. Okay, this week I'm going to learn one part of making hair on YouTube. So go to YouTube, browse how to make hair, how to do how to fix, or maybe how to work with AI. Just learn something every day. One thing at least a week. Learn something a week. And when you learn that thing, please write it down so you don't forget. Brings us to the last thing, which is don't be hard on yourself. Okay, don't be hard on yourself. Don't pressure yourself. Give yourself grace. Okay, those people, those motivational speakers you see outside started somewhere, just like I'm starting now. I'm starting somewhere. I'm starting with what I have. I'm starting little, and I'm trying to be consistent with the little I'm starting. And as time goes on, I am growing. That's the most important thing. It's okay to take baby steps, like I said earlier. It's okay to be tired. It's okay to be exhausted, because those things are part of human life. Okay, give yourself grace. Do not compare yourself or your growth to someone else's growth. Do not do that. It is going to kill the purpose. It is going to kill the essence why you want to develop yourself mentally, and why you want to develop your mindset. Okay, so it's going to kill it. So do not compare yourself. Give yourself grace. Rest. Rest. Come back to the drawing board. It's okay to fail. It's okay to not, maybe the project didn't go well. It's okay to come back and start all over again. So it's part of the process. And that is only when you can actually enjoy the process. Okay? Don't be hard on yourself. Give yourself grace. And do not be hard on yourself. Do not pressure yourself. Okay, so these are most of the things that I did over last year, and it has really helped me, and I hope it helped you. Like I said, most of the things might differ. It's subjective. Okay, what I term personal growth for me might be different from what you term personal growth for yourself, but the most important thing is that we are all making progress. Yeah, and that's the plan for this year, for us to make progress. And with that, I hope you learned something. Let me know in the comment section if you learned 1 or 2, and I'll be seeing you in my next series. I think I'm going to be calling this my headshot series. Okay, yeah, bye. Yeah.